Hello guys, recently a lot of people complain the stress in their daily life to me. So welcome to my video, Face Your Stress. I'm Xixu and you can call me Mark. I'll use the psychological knowledge to help you to solve your problems. And in our daily life, there's so many things that we can make stress to impact our daily life. The most common is exam or the test. The questions and the difficulties are unsure, so we might be nervous and anxious on it. Same as the others' expectation, I think the most international students can feel that. Your family costs amount of money to support your study board. When you face some choices, it's hard to avoid to think that. What if I can't earn that amount of money? What if I can't find a good job? What if I fail this class so that they need to spend more money to me? And it's much more similar with the final situation, the uncertain future. In this world, no one knows the future exactly, so the worries and the stress from it is very usual things. What if the wage is too low, and what if I will stop in this job for a whole life? Everyone might meet these problems. So today I'm going to introduce 3 ways to release or manage your pressure. The first one is mindfulness. So what is mindfulness? According to the rubber brain has a brief explanation. It's in contact with the present moment, like paying attention to the present moment without judgment, only the focusing, and here's the steps. Set aside time, stick to the point, get creative, and to do it. And here's some way from the rubber brain. The first one is focus on the small thing in the present, like walking, eating, or even the breathing. And my favorite mindfulness activity is body scan, which is feeling the body from the top of the head to the bottom of toes. It feels like I'm a part of the world and there's a lot of things around me, so nothing need to be feared. And if you have trouble sleeping, I think it's a great way to help you fall asleep. And in 2013, Marzak and colleagues conducted the experiment. They separate 48 students in the experiment and 26 in the mindfulness group, 22 in the nutrition group. And the result of the experiment is the mindfulness group has a better memory capacity and has a high score on the reading part of GRE and has less mind wandering, which means the mindfulness is useful for our study, and in the same pressure situation, we can get a better condition for the test. And the second one is cognitive diffusion. So what is cognitive diffusion? According to the rubber brain, here's a brief explanation as well. Dividing the thought and feeling until their association feels like nothing, which means we can have a thought without being a thought. And here's some way in rubber brain, the cognitive interchange I want to introduce mostly. It's just like you stand on the platform and the trains are your thought. Then it will come and leave one by one, and sometimes you may be aboard one of the trains to catch the idea, but after that you can still be gently returned to the platform back to be yourself. And according to the Pilaki and colleagues study in 2012, the dividing participants in 3 groups. The first one is cognitive diffusion group, second one is thought suppression group, and the final one is control group. They asked them to view some emotional video, and the result for that is that the diffusion participants react faster to disgust and sadness emotion, which means this method demonstrates its ability to help people get better manage such emotions. Okay, and the final way is to use helpful emotion-focused strategies. Okay, so what are helpful emotion-focused strategies? Basically, it is aimed to regulate the emotional consequence of the stressor. And in the rubber brain, in that book, explain it as sometimes the problem cannot be solved immediately in the short term. At least it can make us feel better first with these strategies. And in the book, it gives us some strategy for solving the problem. like physical activity can release endorphins, and music can reduce level of cortisol and look after yourself. And I want to explain that it's just like have a good night of sleep or message or healthy meal. Give yourself time to relax each day and aim to do something calm and smoothing before you go to bed. In Greenberg and colleague study, they point out that both emotion and thinking plays a big role in how we experience stress, and they list the steps for the core of helpful emotion-focused strategy, which is increasing awareness of emotion, enhancing emotion regulation, and transforming emotions. Yep, that's it. So thank you for your listening and hope the way will help you guys. And the most important thing is have a good day. Thank you.